Well folks, welcome back, and today we're going to take a look at just some range shooting of the very pretty, very simple Mossberg International SA-28. 2 3/4 inch chambered 28 gauge shotgun. Seems to be based on the operating system of the Beretta A300, A391 sort of series guns. So very nice, simple gas-operated system. There's no action spring in the stock, which means all of your operating components are underneath the forearm or in the receiver. So really nice light gun at about 6.3, 6.5 pounds. This is the 26-inch barreled version. I've got the full factory flush choke in it right now. And we're actually going to be shooting the Winchester AA 28 gauge load. Just 3/4 ounce of 7.5 shot. Running right around 1,300 foot per second is what the claim on the box is. So out of a 26-inch barrel, we should be getting most of that. Great little clays load, great dove load. You can buy them in a 100 pack. Got the limiter plug in, so we're actually going to only shoot 3 at a time here. So I have been trying to dove hunt with this, not been successful so far, but it's the very beginning of the season. So let's get straight to it. Got a brass bead out front, nice vent rib, nice texturing on top. So let's see how this guy can do. Nice. And there is our first malfunction out of a total of, let's see, 81 plus 25 would be 106. So at 109 rounds, we had a failure to feed. Okay, into battery. Let's top her off with 2 more. Hopefully she won't do that again. Three rounds, no problem. All right, so maybe just a hiccup. We are, of course, only at about, after those 3, 112 rounds and only 1 malfunction, so not bad. And let's see if we can keep going. Very nice, good functioning. Really crushing those clays since now I'm dialed in. I've actually found that since I'm used to a little bit heavier of a gun, this is a little floaty for me. Couldn't get that falling clay. Let's do 3 more shots from this position and then maybe move. Very nice. All right, so we've moved up a little bit high. Take a few shots up here. Sort of like maybe we're getting a bird to flush from behind our shoulder or to our side, or maybe a dove coming over top. So let's see what we can got. Now that, I didn't bury my face, and I was actually floating the bead a lot like I do on my Benellis. And it seemed to work out great. I haven't pattern tested this yet to see where the point of aim and point of impact are. But let's try these 3 rounds here. Let's see how we do. Very nice. So 1 malfunction actually kind of surprised me, failure to feed, but she doesn't seem to be having that trouble now, so we'll just keep shooting. Right, so let's try it from the other side now. Throwers in the same position. Very satisfying ka-shunk when you send the action home. I will comment, the barrel's getting pretty hot. Before I turned the camera on, I shot about 25 shells through it. Barrel started getting toasty. It is around 78, 79 degrees outside right now. And it's a little warm, but it's not soaking through. There's plenty of meat here on this forearm, even though it is slim. This is an adult-sized gun, and it handles like it, but it is very lightweight. It perhaps is heavier than a 28 gauge needs to be, but it is a true 28 frame, and you know, it's just a fantastic, well put together, fairly inexpensive common man's gun. Really brings the sophistication of the 28 gauge to the masses with a very affordable, well price pointed semi-automatic. Ah, couldn't double up. I'm a little rusty apparently. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. Nice. There we go. Stare at the bird, not the gun. Very nice. So let's open up a fresh box here. Something great about opening up a fresh box. It's not so much the finishing of the box that feels as good as the opening of a fresh one, knowing you've got 25 shells to burn through, whether it's target shooting or hunting, whatever it may be. I like these AA's. I don't think the failure to feed was a problem with the hull. I think it was just something that kind of gremlined in the gun. Got the thrower position changed a little bit. Let's see what kind of presentation we get. Very nice. All right, let's do two more. I lubricated this gun with CLP, and I can smell some of it burning off. All right, I'm a little bit high on those. Oh, there it goes. Nope, won't be able to get it. Breaking them, but a little bit high. So the 28 gauge, because it doesn't have a lot of shot in it, it's not as forgiving as something like a 16 or a 12 or even a 10 target load. But if you do it right, you get a nice puff of smoke. Just like that. Just like that. Oh, we're out of clays. Well, let's go reload the clays. And we're back. And let's see if the clay thrower will agree with us. There we go. Nice. Let's wait for it. And we got it. So that was probably something like 30, 35 yards out there by the time the shot got to it. So the 28 is absolutely capable at 40 yards and in with the right pellet size and loading. It's really just balancing out what you want to do with it and understanding its limitations. Typically though, the pattern is hailed as an exceptional one and very even. So, and I can say, getting used to this gun now for just a little time, it really feels great. And see, I was a little bit behind, but there's enough of an even pattern there that I broke that clay pretty well. Very nice. Well, this isn't really practice for incoming doves. It's great for pass shooting and flyby doves. There we go. Got the follow-up shot. Well, I didn't get my second piece, but I stopped moving the gun, which is good practice to either try and finish a bird that might be crippled on the wing, or just more challenge becoming a better shot. Obviously I failed, but that one disintegrated. That one also disintegrated. That one mostly disintegrated. Very nice. Very nice. I've got clays left, and I had another box of shells in the truck. So I've got 24 of these. I'd fired one on a dove hunt the other day. And these are Federal Top Guns. They're 3/4 ounce loaded gun, 7.5 shot. They're 1330 foot per second advertised, so pretty much equivalent to the Winchester. I've not shot them out of this full choke yet, so let's see if they do anything different. I'm guessing they probably won't. Very nice. Well, they definitely smell different. The Federal powder is a different blend, and you can tell the difference between Federal and Winchester shells by the smell. But feel great. They might be shooting a little bit higher. I'm noticing I'm getting a little bit more consistent smoke puffs and hard busts on those clays above the bead. So that maybe they pattern them a little bit higher with this gun than the Winchester load, but they seem to be fairly close. They also seem to be a little bit more stout on the recoil. I don't think you're probably actually getting that full 30 feet per second. Again, it's not going to make that much of a difference, but pressure curve definitely seems to be a little bit higher. It's going to be a little bit more violent. But they're a 28 gauge. Pieces. So, how much is that really going to matter? And we're out of clays again. Dang it. Let's go reload the clay. Thrower. Yes. And unfortunately, guys, that was all she wrote for the clays. I only brought about 90 with me. I probably broke 15 with the thrower just trying to get it work. And so we shot a good amount today. 75 shells through it, one malfunction with the Winchester. And let's see, probably about, I didn't count while I was shooting, but maybe 6 or 7. I'll annotate down below how many I shot. So this gun has right around the 160 to 180 shell count through it right now. Still a pretty new gun, but it's been really great handling it, getting to know the gauge a little bit better, and really just learning the gun. I really get the impression it's a fantastic, light, handy autoloader. It's an adult size. There is a youth variant for it. Really, like I said in the video, I think this is a really great way to get guys into the 28 bore for not a lot of money. It's essentially the same gun as the TriStar Viper G2 in 28 gauge or 410. I think they offer a 20 gauge version of that same shotgun as well, with a bunch of different levels as far as the fit and finish or the receiver color, etc. So not very well versed in it, but they're practically the same gun. There are a couple mechanical differences, but very close. I believe they're made in the same factory. So if you're looking at either one of them, they're around the same price point and they do about the same thing. But it's a very reliable, very quick shooting 28 gauge shotgun, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I was actually very surprised that it hung up on that Winchester shell. It's got a few very small quirks, but you know, it's generally extremely reliable and works no matter which way you turn it. I've shot it upside down, I've shot it sideways, as you just saw. It's very reliable, and I'm very much impressed by it thus far. So I'm going to finish out a box here today, which is going to put us at the 99 shell mark for the day, which will mean we've fired 180 shells. Actually, there's the math in my head. But you know, I'm keeping track of how many shells we fired through this gun. We've had one malfunction in 180 shots, so that's really not that bad. And all it took, of course, was pulling the charging handle back and letting the bolt go home. The shell stop is my only point of contention out of the whole gun thus far, and that's because the damn thing will let 2 shells drop onto the carrier if you press it in while the magazine tube is loaded. Don't know why they decided to do that. I understand that it's a very simple design. The whole latch and bolt release, etc., is a single piece, and we'll talk about this at the review and stuff, but I've accidentally activated that with playing with the button, but so far with carrying it in the field as well as shooting it, I have not had it malfunction as far as trying to drop 2 shells on the lifter at once. Everything seems to time out right. It's a very well operating firearm, very simplistic. I don't expect any problems out of it, knock on wood, but it's a very simple, beautiful gun, and I'm looking forward to taking some doves, some squirrels, and hopefully a couple ducks with this season. We'll get some Boss shot shells, 28 gauge in it. We'll pattern it with a gun, maybe get a couple aftermarket choke tubes, and see how she does throughout hunting season. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click like and subscribe. I don't monetize the channel and I don't really get anything out of this. I just like bringing new content to you guys. So getting those likes, getting that interaction with you guys down in the comments, let me know what you think, as well as a subscription if you're not already subscribed. Helps me out a lot. It drives me to do what I do more. I pretty much film with a potato and edit on a Cracker Jack box, so the video quality isn't that great, but I try to put out content that might be interesting or information filled. So if you guys like what you see, if you're not already subscribed, again, hit subscribe and the notification bell to stay up to date on all things American Arms Channel. As always, God bless, keep your powder dry. I'll see you in the next video.